Hi, my name is Layla, and I just want to jump straight into this and straight into the idea of pragmatism and problem-based learning was used a lot throughout creating this fire. John Dewey and his kind of ideas and his finding of truth, determining through practical consequences and usefulness and adapting to the environment was really used and put into play while creating this fire. It took me about 3 attempts to create this fire, and each one had a major consequence that I had to reflect on and find a problem for it. First of all, it was so windy, so like lighting the match while being directly in the wind did not work. Second, my kindling wasn't the best, so I had to walk around my environment, look for other kindlings such as leaves, which helped a lot. And third, nothing was lighting on fire, so my out of environment ideas and knowledge of having the Tephi method didn't work, and I just had to kind of completely scrap it. Through this experimental inquiry and like active participating in my environment, and given all the different like adversity and kind of effects creating the fire, I was able to successfully create the fire in the end. And pragmatism is a huge major event in also Marilynne Robinson's writing and her beliefs and ideas, which is the author I'll be focusing on my research project. She is someone who uses pragmatism within her text a lot, including the primary source I'm using of the book called Gilead. Gilead uses pragmatism to connect faith and the real world actions and relationships and how they behave and relate to one another. Lots of Gilead highlights what matters are the choices people make, and John Ames, who's the main character of Gilead, writes letters to his wife Lilla, which reflects on like the way faith and the world is connected, as lots of them turn the letters to Lilla turn into love poems and everything. Forgiveness is also a big aspect in the book Gilead, which I had to use while creating the fire because the fire was not working, and I just had to forgive the fire for not working and be like, hey, it's okay. We got this fire. You can do this. In one of the quotes in Gilead, it's, he would knock me down the stairs and I would have worked out the theology for forgiving him before I reached the bottom. But if he harmed you in the slightest way, I'm afraid theology would fail me. This is said by John Ames on page 190. So basically what John Ames is saying is that if Jack were to harm him, like John, he'd have no trouble forgiving him. But if Jack were to harm his son, Ames' response might be like anger or resentment, and his Christianity would be totally overpowered by his anger in that moment. And I definitely felt this way, and I did want to give up on this fire creating because nothing was happening. But John Dewey does not believe in forgiving up. His philosophy is around an idea of problem solving and learning from experience. So being able to learn and approach this challenging fire building and actually promoting his idea of learning by doing, where I actively engage in real life challenges, allowed me to create this fire and successfully create it and extinguish it.